Hi everybody, welcome to Push Your Luck video. My name is Eric and today we'll be looking at Medical Frontier. Now this is a 2017 release by designer chu-lan and it's also by publisher Big Fun Games, and I think they are based in Taiwan. Alright, so this is a 2 to 5 player game. It plays about 40 minutes to about 60 minutes or so. You can play a shorter game variant of this, and what you're trying to do is that you are trying to research cures for certain types of diseases and then make and score points. Alright, and whoever reaches a certain number of points first, depending on whether you're playing the shorter game or the longer game, will then win Medical Frontier. So let's take a look at the components and how the game plays and also my thoughts about the game. Now I just want to take a moment here to thank my sponsors. Alright, Fun Again Games. Push Your Luck video is an affiliate of Fun Again Games. So if you go to funagaingames.com and when you check out after you buy any games there, if you put my code PULV, that's Papa Umbrella Lima Virgo. Alright, in the affiliate code section, a little bit of kickback comes back to me as well. So thank you very much if you do that. And also, I'd like to thank Tasty Minstrel Games for sponsorship. Tasty Minstrel now has a podcast and is run by my very good friend Lance, the Undead Viking. So if you want to take a listen to what Tasty Minstrel has to say about the board game industry, about the games they're releasing, do check out their podcast as well. On with the review. Alright, so this is what you get in the game of Medical Frontier. There's a lot of cardboard pieces. Each player will also have their own player board here with a number of cubes. Now these are cubes where you'll be using to do actions, to denote actions. Alright, they actually represent like $1 million. But it's basically what they are just action cubes. So when you do certain actions, you need to put a number of cubes to do the action. And so this will limit what you can do per turn. So it's kind of interesting that they dress it up as millions of dollars because it doesn't really feel like it. It just feels like action cubes. So if they just mentioned that these are action cubes, it might have been a bit more easier to understand what they do. So each player board will have places where you can place your card slots. This is where you create sets from which you can then use to claim these medicines that you're trying to create, which will then cure certain different diseases. Okay. So yeah, so that's player board. This is the chevrons that denote each player and which will also indicate the player order. So in this case, green will go, then either blue, then red, and so on and so forth. Whenever you finish one turn, just take it out and put it behind, like so. So it will be the next player, and so on and so forth. So this is kind of interesting. I've seen this done before in other games, but this is a kind of interesting concept because then it allows you to plan ahead. But at the same time, it could also mean that you could win outright without any other players being able to do anything about that, because again the game is first to a certain number of points to win, and these are the points that you can see on the medicine that you create. So that means that if, let's say, and this randomly determine the player order, so if it was like this, for example, and then red had just one more cure to win, then there's no way the other players can stop red. So there's one thing I did not like about the game. These are the different cures that you can have, and they will tell you what kind of cards is needed. So in this case, you need 3 of a kind and 2 any other cards. So essentially what this system is just like poker. So you're trying to make different poker hands to then be able to get all these different cures, and you're trying to do all these using the cards that you get from here. So yeah, it is interesting. It is an interesting concept to play off on. Unfortunately though, like, each of the cards are all the same. Alright, there's no difference between this psychiatric medicine and the other psychiatric medicine, so it's all the same. So it would have been much more better, I think, if they had different variants within the whole stack, so it will not always be the same. There's also an interesting concept where if you're the first, then you get this point. First to discover it, you get this points as well. So there's 10 points. However, the first to discover it, or the first to try for it, will then need to flip over this as well. So this is the preclinical trials, which will then denote additional requirements that you need to meet. So in this case, you'll put it together like so, and now you need to be able to meet 7 needles. All right. So, and then also if you first to go to clinical trials, then you flip this over as well, and then there's additional requirements that you need to meet. All right. So if you don't meet for every thing that you are not able to meet, it will either delay your release of the medicine, or means that you earn less points from it. You earn some negative points from it. Once this is reviewed, all right, for the rest of the game, all right, it will always be the same. So once 1% done it, these two are reviewed, and they'll put here like that. And now, for the rest of the game, people can see that these are the requirements that you need for it. So that's kind of strange to me, and I didn't really like that a lot, because it's like, okay, so you did it one time and that's it. The first person to do that will get that disadvantage, and that's it. And it's quite a lot of penalties if you're the first person to do it and you weren't prepared for it, or you were unlucky. All right, and just getting this is not a real big consolation prize for being the first there. So that's kind of strange. I mean, it will be cool if every time you do it, all right, maybe it's always random. So every time you do it, there's a new random pair that will appear. They need to cater for it randomly, or maybe it's just fixed right at the beginning. Everybody will know it, and be able to. Then they know they need to be able to cater for it. Yeah, so that's kind of, it feels a bit wonky to me. Now these are the cards that are the mainstay of the game. All right, you're using these cards to form sets. So you're using these cards to either form straights, or from 2 pairs, or from 3 of a kind, or from 4 of a kind. All right, so the number here is what you need to use for that. There's no suits in the game. This will then denote, this little icon here will then denote what kind of requirements your medicine will have. So you can see that this one, if all the cards that you have in your set of any of these is less than or equal to 3, then you won't get penalty points. So this is where it lines up with this. All right. Okay. So yeah. So during a game, you're trying to you get cards in your hands, and then you may need to pay more. So you can see that these are the prices. All right, which will denote more cubes. So let's say I want to get this card, I'll just put 2 cubes here, all right, which will denote that I'm trying to get this card for $2 million. All right, then I'll put this in my hand. Okay, there are certain steps you need to do before you can actually get a medicine out. So you need to first get a card, then play the card down into your laboratory. All right, then after that you need to do pre-clinical trials. All right, then do clinical trials, and then see when you can release the medicine out into the public. And then when you release it, then you will get, then those will become points. All right, and you just keep it in front of you, and those are points. And so yeah, so that's the gist of the game, how to play the game. I also talked to you about things that I like. All right, I do like how there are different points, and then there are different medicines they're trying to research. I do wish there was a bit more variety to it, so that it is a bit more interesting. And the certain amount of points you want to get, using these action cubes to determine what you can get and also what actions you can do is interesting as well. I like this turn order thing as well. But there's also certain things that I did not like about the game. Like the lack of variety in terms of the medicines, how every medicine is the same, how the first person going through that will be at a disadvantage. It's kind of weird that way. And also, yeah, like there's really quite a lot of steps to be able to release a medicine. So it's kind of educational in a way. All right. So yeah, so this is the way you play Medical Frontier. So let's go to my final thoughts about the game. So what did I think about Medical Frontier? I think it feels like a game that needs a bit more time in the oven. There are some, I mean, the fact that it is a medical theme game is kind of interesting to me. I like video games like a team hospital and where you create your own hospital and stuff like that. This is not that. This is more like you're trying to play the best cards in a way, using poker hand-ish type of suits and sets to then be able to solve or find a cure, and from there score points. There is unfortunately a lot of randomness in terms of how how many points you get after you manage to find a cure. And there's that first mover disadvantage thing. So if you're the first to go there, you will reveal that particular extra traits or extra requirements that you need to find a cure. And that's kind of strange because it only happens one time. And then after that, everybody else tends to benefit from it. The game also takes a bit too long to play. The shorter variant is definitely much more better. But overall, the game in general did not sit well with me or my friends who played the game. I felt like it was a good start. It's a good platform to jump off from, but I wish there was a bit more to it than just repeating the same thing again. Every time you're just, after you play the cards to get the cure, and then you discard the cards, and then you reset and you try again and again. And so the game state is pretty much the same from round 1 all the way to the last round that you guys are playing. So all in all, I would say that it is a good try, but I would say it would need a bit more time, or one more element to bring it up to the next level. So I would say for Medical Frontier, for me, it is a try before you buy. So once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Do subscribe to this video if you like it, and also like the video because it will bring a lot more people to be aware of my channel as well. So thank you once again, and thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you especially to the Taiwan Board Gaming Group for sending this review copy. Thank you, bye!